Red Bull Racing has reportedly offered Max Verstappen a staggering $80 million per year contract extension through 2029, but there's a catch. The deal removes his all-important performance-based exit clause, which was triggered after Red Bull dropped outside the top 3 constructors following the Hungarian Grand Prix. This means Verstappen now faces a crucial decision that could reshape the future of Formula One. The twist here? Max and his team have remained completely silent about this multi-million-dollar offer since it was first reported last week. But why is Verstappen's camp staying tight-lipped when every other major contract negotiation becomes front-page news? Despite multiple media outlets picking up on this story, Red Bull Racing has yet to confirm any details of the rumored deal, leaving fans and analysts alike wondering what's really going on behind closed doors. Red Bull's reported offer comes at a time when their performance is under scrutiny after falling out of contention for the Constructors' Championship. This makes Verstappen's silence all the more perplexing, as his decision could have immediate implications for Red Bull's future on the track. So, where does this leave us? Why hasn't Max responded to such a significant offer? Uncertainty looms large as we wait for any official word from either side. Will Verstappen stay loyal to Red Bull and accept their generous terms, or will he seek better conditions elsewhere in Formula One? Red Bull's multi-million-dollar gambit throws the entire future of one of the sport's biggest stars into question. Nobody knows what Max is thinking, but everyone is watching closely. This silence from Verstappen raises more questions than it answers. Does he trust Red Bull to deliver on their promises, or is there something else at play here? He knew it. So did everyone else. Nobody said a word. Verstappen's father, Jos, publicly dismissed reports of the contract details as baseless on X, though it's unclear if his reaction was specifically in response to this offer or broader speculation about Max's future. This leaves us with an intriguing puzzle. How will Verstappen respond to Red Bull's generous but controversial terms? Will he stay loyal to a team that has supported him since the start of his career, or is there another path ahead? So where does that leave us right now? What's behind Verstappen's silence? The stakes are high as fans and analysts speculate about Max's next move. His decision will not only impact Red Bull's performance, but could also influence the broader dynamics within Formula One. As we wait for more clarity, one thing is certain: this contract saga has everyone on edge, eagerly awaiting Verstappen's next step. Nobody knows what's really going to happen next. This silence is as loud as any statement. The silence from Verstappen's camp has intensified speculation across Formula One circles. Many wonder if this is a strategic move to negotiate better terms, or if there are deeper issues at play that haven't been made public. German outlet BILD was the first to break the story of Red Bull's $80 million per year offer and the removal of Verstappen's performance-based exit clause, setting off a wave of coverage from English-language outlets like Yahoo Sports, GP Fans, F1E, Crash.net, GP Blog, and GB News. However, these reports have yet to be officially confirmed by either Red Bull or Max's management team. The central sticking point remains the removal of Verstappen's exit clause, a condition that was activated when Red Bull fell outside the top 3 in the Constructors' Championship following the Hungarian Grand Prix. This clause had given Verstappen the right to leave the team ahead of the 2027 season if his performance-based conditions weren't met. What makes this situation even more complex is the uncertainty surrounding Jos Verstappen's public dismissal of related reports on X. His father's dismissive tweet, "You know absolutely nothing," has added another layer of confusion, leaving many to wonder whether it was specifically addressing the contract details or a broader context of speculation. So what exactly are these performance-based conditions that triggered the exit clause? According to insiders, they likely involve metrics such as race wins, podium finishes, and overall point standings. If Verstappen fails to meet these targets by 2027, he would have had the option to terminate his contract early. But why remove this safety net now? Red Bull's proposal seems designed to keep Max loyal until at least 2029, but it also eliminates a key safeguard that protects him in case of underperformance. This raises questions about whether Red Bull believes they can maintain their top-tier status, or if they're willing to take the risk to secure Verstappen's long-term commitment. This situation has left many fans and analysts divided. Some see it as a bold move by Red Bull to lock down one of F1's most valuable assets, while others fear this could backfire if performance doesn't improve soon. The clock is ticking for both parties to reach an agreement. Verstappen's silence continues to perplex everyone involved. Is he waiting for a better offer from another team, or does he believe Red Bull will come around and restore his exit clause? Nobody knows what's really going on behind the scenes. The silence is deafening. Red Bull's offer not only affects their relationship with Verstappen, but also has implications for rival teams like Mercedes, Ferrari, and McLaren, who might be eyeing him if he decides to leave. The uncertainty of this situation underscores just how pivotal Max Verstappen's future is for the sport. His decision could shift power dynamics and reshape team strategies in Formula One for years to come. So where does this leave Red Bull Racing? Are they prepared to lose one of their biggest stars, or are they willing to make concessions to keep him? Nobody knows what's going on inside Verstappen's mind right now. The silence speaks volumes. The contract saga has drawn attention away from the track and into boardrooms and negotiation halls. With so much at stake, every move could be a game changer. Red Bull's multi-million-dollar offer reflects their commitment to retaining Max, but it also demonstrates their desperation to keep him on board amidst a dip in performance. The stakes are high for both parties as they navigate this delicate situation. Nobody knows what's really going on behind the scenes. This silence is deafening. The contract negotiation has become a defining moment not just for Red Bull and Verstappen, but for Formula One as a whole. With top drivers like Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc also having their own contractual negotiations, the landscape is ripe with potential upheavals. So what's next? Will Verstappen break his silence soon, or will he wait until the last possible moment to make his decision public? Nobody knows what Max is thinking right now. Red Bull's multi-million-dollar offer and the removal of Verstappen's exit clause have set off a chain reaction of speculation across Formula One. The uncertainty surrounding this situation has everyone on edge, waiting for any hint of movement from either side. The silence from Verstappen continues to be as loud as any statement. What's going on behind closed doors remains a mystery. Red Bull Racing faces a critical moment in their history with this contract negotiation. If they can secure Max's loyalty, it could mean the difference between staying competitive and slipping into obscurity. Nobody knows what's really going on inside Verstappen's mind right now. The silence is deafening. The clock is ticking for Red Bull to finalize this deal or risk losing one of their most valuable assets. As Formula One heads towards its crucial races, every day without a resolution builds tension. So where does that leave us? What will happen next in this high-stakes drama? Nobody knows what's going on behind the scenes. This silence is as loud as any statement. Red Bull's offer and Verstappen's silence have created a narrative of uncertainty and intrigue. The sport awaits with bated breath, hoping for clarity but fearing the worst. What will happen next? Nobody knows what's really going on inside Verstappen's mind. The silence speaks volumes. The stakes are high as Red Bull Racing tries to navigate this delicate situation. With performance under scrutiny and a key player uncertain about his future, every move could have significant consequences. Red Bull's multi-million-dollar offer hangs in the balance. Will Verstappen accept or walk away? The silence continues to be as loud as any statement. Nobody knows what's going on behind closed doors. The silence is deafening. As Red Bull Racing and Max Verstappen remain tight-lipped, fans and analysts are left to speculate about the future. This high-stakes drama has everyone watching closely for any sign of movement. Nobody knows what's really going on. This silence speaks volumes. Red Bull's offer remains a defining moment in Formula One history. The uncertainty surrounding this situation underscores just how pivotal Verstappen's decision is for the sport. Nobody knows what's really going on inside Verstappen's mind. The silence continues to be as loud as any statement. Red Bull Racing faces a critical juncture. Will they secure Max's loyalty, or will he seek better conditions elsewhere in Formula One? Nobody knows what's going on behind the scenes. This silence is deafening. The contract negotiation has become a pivotal moment, not just for Red Bull and Verstappen, but also for the broader landscape of Formula One. The uncertainty surrounding this situation underscores its significance. Nobody knows what's really going on inside Verstappen's mind. The silence is as loud as any statement. Red Bull's multi-million-dollar offer hangs in the balance, with every day without a resolution building tension and speculation. Nobody knows what's going on behind closed doors. This silence continues to be as loud as any statement. With performance under scrutiny and a key player uncertain about his future, every move could have significant consequences for the sport. Red Bull Racing faces a critical moment in their history. Will they secure Max's loyalty or risk losing him to another team? The contract saga has drawn attention away from the track and into negotiation halls, creating a narrative of uncertainty that has everyone on edge. Nobody knows what's really going on behind the scenes. The silence is deafening. Red Bull's multi-million-dollar offer hangs in the balance as Verstappen remains silent. The contract negotiation has become a defining moment not just for Red Bull and Verstappen, but also for the broader landscape of Formula One. Red Bull Racing faces a critical juncture in their history. The stakes are high as Red Bull tries to navigate this delicate situation. Every day without a resolution builds tension and speculation. Nobody knows what's really going on behind the scenes. The silence continues to be as loud as any statement. Red Bull's multi-million-dollar offer hangs in the balance, with performance under scrutiny and a key player uncertain about his future. The clock is ticking for Red Bull to finalize this deal or risk losing Max Verstappen. Nobody knows what's really going on inside Verstappen's mind. The silence is deafening. Nobody knows what's really going on behind closed doors. The silence continues to be as loud as any statement. Remember how this all started with Red Bull Racing reportedly extending a contract offer to Max Verstappen through 2029, pushing his annual salary up to $80 million per year. But at the heart of it is a heated disagreement over the removal of an exit clause that was triggered following their drop outside the top three in the Constructors' Championship after the Hungarian Grand Prix. The silence from Max Verstappen's camp adds fuel to the speculation. His father, Jos Verstappen, took to X to dismiss reports as baseless, saying, "You know absolutely nothing." But the exact nature of what he was responding to remains unclear. It could be broader contract rumors or specifically tied to the exit clause situation. As Red Bull's on-track performance continues to lag, the urgency around Verstappen's future with the team grows. The F1 community is abuzz, waiting for any sign from either side about whether this multi-million-dollar offer will secure Max's loyalty beyond 2028. So far, no one has stepped forward to confirm or deny if Red Bull and Verstappen are in active negotiations. This uncertainty leaves fans and analysts alike wondering what's really going on behind closed doors at the team headquarters. Max Verstappen himself remains tight-lipped about his future plans, leaving everyone guessing. The silence is deafening as teams and drivers circle around this pivotal moment for Red Bull Racing. With the Hungarian Grand Prix being a turning point, it seems clear that the next few races will be crucial in determining whether Verstappen stays or goes. How long can Red Bull keep their star driver happy with such an uncertain future? As we look ahead to the upcoming Grand Prix, one thing is for sure: everyone is holding their breath for any sign of movement on this contract saga. Nobody knows when the silence will break, but when it does, it could change everything. The clock is ticking for both parties as the season progresses, and every race weekend holds potential for a new development in this high-stakes drama. How will this story unfold? With each passing week, Red Bull's hopes of retaining one of F1's biggest stars hinge on a few key factors: Verstappen's satisfaction with his current situation, the team's ability to turn their form around, and the allure of staying within the Red Bull family. All eyes are on Max as he navigates this delicate balance between loyalty and ambition.